Hi, Dane.
Dane, Coach Underwood just said he's kind of seen a turning point in practice with some more leadership and playing harder. Have you seen that same thing with the team?
Team-wise?
Yes.
Yeah, I have. I actually felt like this last game we actually played pretty good. That was one of our best defensive games. So we've been going real hard in practice. We just gotta keep going. Just trust the process. So.
Brad mentioned with that leadership is kind of RJ. How has he kind of transitioned into that role with you guys? I know you've been with him for a while last couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, he's been more vocal. He's been doing really good in practice. He's been doing really good. Just keeping his head high. He's been dealing with just a little shoulder pain and stuff, but he's fighting through it. And he's been doing a good job just helping the younger guys and stuff. So it's been really good for the team.
Gotcha. Sorry, that's my bad.
Dane, maybe to outsiders, how integral you've become is a bit surprising, but is this kind of what you saw, knowing your growth here last year and what you envisioned coming into this season?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with my work ethic and just how hard I go in practice and just with my workouts and stuff, this is no surprise to me. I feel like I can do a lot for this team, as you guys can see. I just feel like I'm a quick learner. College basketball is, it's pretty new. It's like probably my 13th, 14th, something like that game of my career, but I'm a quick learner. I've been playing basketball my whole life, so.
Coach talked about you guys having that fight again, and that was missing. How did you? Do you agree that it was missing, and then how did you guys cultivate that to get that back?
Yeah, it definitely was. It was just. I feel like it was just like that time in the season where stuff like right before Christmas, stuff kind of goes wrong a little bit, but we definitely got that back in practice. Everything started in practice with us. We just kind of threw that game away. I believe it was after the Missouri game, things kind of started to change a little bit in practice. How hard we went, like the stuff we did, like everything was just kind of different. Everybody was dialed in, and I just feel like the past couple of weeks we've been more connected as a team. So that's really been helping us.
It's like we kind of talk about being kind of more connected as a team. What does that kind of look like now versus maybe things that weren't there before? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it was a lot of things on and off the court. Just getting in, watching film with each other. Just being around each other off the court more. We got a lot of new guys. So. The freshmen coming in, a whole bunch of transfers, so just those little things matter like that, just being around each other, just knowing each other's game, even if it's all of us getting together and watching somebody else play and just talking about the game like that, those little things helps us, so.
I know Coach emphasized needing a win here to get that keep that confidence and swagger coming back. Like how big of a game just simply is this on Saturday?
This is the biggest game for us. I feel like our mindset is every game is our biggest game. So we try to win every single game. So we're not worried about the Northwestern game already happened. So we just on to the next. But we're gonna get this one though.
Just kind of for fun, the other night you had a career high, and so did Adalia McKenzie. You're both from the same town and high school in Minnesota. What kind of relationship did you guys have, if anything, and were you sharing with each other when that happened?
Me and Adalia, we're real cool. High school we were pretty cool. We were pretty tight in high school, but Adalia, she's something else. She's always been like that ever since high school. I used to go to her games all the time, 30, 40-point games. So yeah, it's exciting to see somebody like her. Have her game translate to college basketball.
Was there a little bit of high school pride there when you both had those kind of nights?
Yeah.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Coach mentioned to us, he really liked your rim protection, appreciated what you did on the defensive end against Northwestern. How can you make that translate over to a game against Wisconsin, where obviously they've got a forward who is very highly touted and highly talked about?
Right, yeah, defense is, something I've really been working on and I've really been getting better at. I'll come in, watch extra film, just the little things I can do off ball screen coverages, Me personally, I wanna be able to play every type of ball screen, coverage there is. That's just something that's just one of my goals, just to be able to play any type of coverage, whether that's, hedging hard or drop or switching anything, I'm working on all that stuff. I've definitely, did a lot of film on Wisconsin. I'm kind of familiar with some of their guys. Stephen Crow, I used to play against him all the time, so I kind of know his game. Tyler Wall, they're all from Minnesota, so we used to play against each other all the time. So I'm kind of familiar with what they do.
Looks like you've been pretty comfortable in the team's drop coverage scheme this year in ball screens.
Yeah.
When you're big, what's that kind of decision-making process like when you kind of have that space between the guard and when they kind of go out and go in, if that makes sense?
Repeat that.
Yeah, I guess what's kind of made you so comfortable in the ball screen coverage and kind of as a big and drop coverage, what's kind of that decision-making process like when just you have that space between?
Right. Yeah. I definitely been getting more comfortable with it. It was kind of difficult at first for me, just having to drop and have to stay with my man. The drop was kind of new because at Baylor we were more up the floor, so the drop was a little bit different. But I'm starting to get it now, and it's starting to show. I just got to keep working on it. I'm getting better every day at it. So.
Dain, you played your way into the starting lineup, so what's kind of the next step for you? Is it going longer minutes? Is it getting more touches? What are you gonna do to take that next step?
I definitely, the usage, I definitely want to get more touches, but the biggest thing for me is just being able to win. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now. Whether that's, I definitely feel like I can help by getting the ball more because teams, I feel like teams have to start trapping and double teaming, and with my passing ability and just my length out there, I feel like I can really be a big part of the offense. As well as the defense too, with the drop coverage, like you said, I feel like my length really helps with that. Being able to jab at the ball, tap the ball. So yeah.
Okay, thanks, Dan.